Okay, Brody, a couple of strong victories for the Yellowjackets here today. Really fighting for a 16-8 win in Game 1. You guys were up big, and then you cut into the lead. What was the key to scoring a lot of runs late in that game and finishing strong?
Just keep battling at the plate, and then use a team that's not going to go away. So, we have to keep trying till the last out.
It was a dramatic finish there in Game 1, a game-ending triple play. They had the bases loaded with nobody out. The second time this season you guys have turned a triple play. This time it was a line drive right at you. Looked like you had the sure out at first. What made you go to second and get the tougher out first there?
I saw the runner on first base pretty far off the bag, so I knew that was a for sure out. And then I heard Corey yelling at me, 2-2-2, and just gave him the ball, and he made a good throw to first base, and we got the triple play.
Personally, have you ever been involved in a triple play before?
Just the one at the beginning of the year, but I wasn't even involved because Kyle Durbin didn't flip me the ball.
So that's a pretty special moment to end a game that way. They had some momentum, but you shut them down, and then you came right back out. Scored 7 runs early in Game 2, got out to a nice lead there. But they got back into the game. Talk about keeping focus even though they got back in there on you.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to say we got lazy, but it was almost like we went to sleep a little bit and then kind of turned it back on and finished the game out the way that we wanted to, so that was good.
You had a couple of home runs today, really broke back out at the plate. A 3-run homer in Game 1 and a 2-run shot in Game 2. Definitely feeling comfortable up there.
Yeah, I was just working on my swing, just going back to the basics all week, and me and Coach Bishop were working on that and just fine-tuning things, and it paid off.
Myles Berkram been a spark plug for you. Batting in front of you all season in that leadoff spot today. Perhaps the biggest swing of the game there in Game 2, the game-tying double that set up the win. Just talk about Myles being there, energetic every game.
Yeah, that's been huge. Myles just being on base for everybody, not just me. And then coming through with the power at the end of the game, just hitting that one off the wall and hitting that big clutch double to take the pressure off of us, and then we just got to go play our game and win the game. And, yeah, it's been really nice having him step up.
So tomorrow you take on Northwest Nazarene again, another doubleheader. Going to be a special day for you. It's senior day here at the park. You and 8 other seniors will be honored before the game. Just kind of take some time to reflect, a couple thoughts on what it's meant to be a player in this program over the last 4 years and what it's meant to you.
It's just been great here ever since Coach Bishop called me and right out of high school and brought me here and said that I could play here for 4 years, and I gave him my commitment, and it's been great ever since. And all the guys that I've played with, it's been awesome. Tomorrow should be a fun day.
Thanks, Brody.
Thank you.
All right, Myles, a wild finish to this doubleheader here today against Northwest Nazarene. You guys end up coming back and walking off with a win there in Game 2. It was looking a little bit end of the line there for you, down by 2 with 2 outs. You hit a huge 2-run double to tie the game. What was your approach? You swung at the first pitch there in the last of the 7th inning.
You know, I was just trying to help out the team, and I got a really good pitch to hit, and I was able to drive it. Like Coach has always said, it's got to be a different guy every day, so I'm glad that I was able to step up and be big for us today.
It was the second ball of the day that you hit off the wall in Game 1. You came up with the bases loaded, hit one off of the left field wall. Just what was your approach at the plate overall with some power here today?
I was just looking for some good pitches to drive, and I was lucky enough to be given those pitches. So when I got them, I was in the right mindset, and I was able to drive them. So I'm just glad to be able to help the team with that aspect.
There was a couple times during the day when you guys got kind of down. First in Game 1, you had a big lead. They cut it to 2, and you were able to blow it back open, win 16-8. And then Game 2, you're up 7-0, and then ended up falling behind 11-7. Talk about the fight on this team, not giving up and scraping out 2 wins today.
Our fight's unbelievable. All year, we've just been able to battle back, and we've never given up. So it's nice being on a team like this where no matter what or what position you're in, we're able to come back and get a good W. So it's really nice. It's always a good celebration when we win like that. So.
Now with the 2 wins over NNU, you've won all 6 games against them this season. 2 more tomorrow. They're going to be hungry to get a win against you guys. What's your approach going to be facing them in 2 more games tomorrow?
We're just going to come out like we always have and just trying to get a lead early and hold that lead. Our offense was pretty good today. They hit the ball well too. But our main tactic for tomorrow is definitely to come out strong right away and try and get an early lead.
Thanks, Myles.
Yep.
All right, Coach, a couple big wins over NNU today. Series opening doubleheader, 16-8 victory in Game 1. That was really a testament to your team getting up early, then NNU getting back in, but your team not going away. You finished the game strong, scored a lot of runs late. Talk about their mindset at the plate and how they got that done.
You know, they had a reliever that came in and did a pretty good job, a young guy, and Starr, I think was his name. He came in and did a good job. He did a good job at their place against us, too, in a game that could have got away. And we were just on the edge of just being able to put it out of reach early, and then they got back into it. Brady was just a little bit shaky today. He wasn't quite himself from a command standpoint. He had the wind blowing out. It was a good day to hit. And, so we found ourselves in a tight game going into the last few innings. And then after Starr, they went deeper into their bullpen, and we put a rally together on Groves. And we just had a really good inning. We just had, 6 or 8 good at-bats back-to-back. And we're capable of putting a lot of pressure on teams when we do that. We just take a team approach and stay in the big part of the field. And the other thing that, you don't look at with that final score, you don't look at is our bullpen did a great job that first game. I mean, Mills came in through 3 clean innings, pitched out of actually a tough jam in the second one. And then, we were able to just, minimize the use of our bullpen a little bit, lead through a couple hitters and got out of there. So happy with the bullpen and happy, obviously, with how we finished the game offensively.
That jam you referenced right there, Jake Mills, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. He strikes a guy out, gets a ground ball to 3rd, and you make the play at the plate, and then he gets a pop out. So you have the tying run on in scoring position with no one out, and he gets out of it without allowing a run. Right after that, you guys go off and score 7 runs. That was the turning point in that game.
No doubt about it. And Millsy's a guy that pitches to contact, so he's not really a strikeout guy. So, if the ball's in play, that situation becomes more difficult to navigate through. So he just did a really good job with that. Got a big strike, got to a 2-strike count, and then made a pitch and got a big strikeout. Durbin and Holbrook made a good play. They had the contact play on, and they both made a good play at the plate, and then we wiggle out of it. And I felt like our dugout just got a little boost there, and they made a pitching change, and we went up and just kind of had some good at-bats, put some good swings on the ball.
One guy that you need to be hot in your lineup, and he really came through today, Brody Miller. He had a tough series last week, but he didn't carry that over. 2 more home runs today, a 3-run shot and a 2-run shot. Nice to have his bat back.
No doubt. I mean, Brode had some big at-bats today, and NNU traditionally, and they did it again today, they pitched around him a little bit, and they walked him in a big spot at the end of the game. So we talked to our guys about that they have a history of doing that with whoever's hot that week. And Brode hit the ball hard early in the day and sort of earned that intentional walk, and our guys behind him picked him up.
On that intentional walk to Miller, it came after Myles Berkram's game-tying double on the very first intentional pass as just a huge heads-up base running play by Myles stealing 3rd base. It was uncontested. Just talk about Myles as an overall player. That's just a testament to the type of player he is. Yeah,
he's just heads up, and he plays with it. He plays with his feet and his arm. He's a really good defender. He can really, really run. And in that situation, and you could see teams just relax a little bit because they know they're walking Brode, and the shortstop was just playing in the 6th hole, and the 3rd baseman was playing back, and nobody paid attention to him, so he just took off. And we talked about that in the huddle after, like how big of a play that is, because they bring in a curveball guy, and he does not want to throw that curveball down, so he missed up with it a few times. And he didn't want to end the game on a wild pitch, which you can understand that. Even a strikeout there with the ball in the dirt, you don't know what's going to happen. So that was a huge stolen base, and that put us in a position then to let Brode run when they didn't hold him at first, and it just tipped everything in our favor at the end. So yeah, Myles huge hit, and definitely just kind of add him to the list of guys that stepped up big at different points in the season.
2 very unique ways to end games today. Game 2, it was the walk-off hit by pitch with the bases loaded, Sternhagen with the RBI there. But perhaps more incredibly, Game 1, a game-ending triple play. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Well, the only triple play that I'd been a part of in the last 10 years happened earlier this year at CSU Pueblo. And this situation, I was actually upset that they were throwing the ball to second base because the guy off first was off like 40 feet. And, I thought we were missing the opportunity to get a double play. So, it shows you what I know. So it was a great play by those guys and a great way to finish the game and just fun. So probably not as fun if you're on the other end of it for sure. But, just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So we had 2 triple plays on the season. Like, what are the chances of that happening? So, it was pretty cool.
Now, against NNU, you've won the first 6 games of the season series, so you've clinched that season win over them, but they're definitely going to come out ready to go tomorrow. They don't want to get swept on the season series. What's going to be the key to taking on these last 2 games as you're now in first place in the GNAC standings?
Well, they have Mitchell and Clevenger, I'm sure, will throw tomorrow. And Clevenger threw a 1-hit shutout last week, nearly had a no-hitter against Central Washington. Very good team. He's a young guy, but really good arm. Excuse me. And then Mitchell in the first game, he's as good as anybody in the league. I mean, he's a tough pitcher. So the good news for us is that our first day game plan is usually to get into the bullpen and see as much as we can of that, and we saw a lot of their bullpen arms today. So, I think we're in a good spot. These guys last weekend against Central lost the first 2 badly and then came back and won both. So you can't count them out. I mean, they're going to come out and fight, and they're playing for their postseason lives too. So it's not a situation where they don't have anything to play for. I mean, they're playing to get into that tournament and to be as high a seed as they can, just like we are. So I expect that they're going to come to the park ready to play.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.